Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Quenby, the Grateful Queen here on YouTube, and today I have a video for you about 5 mistakes to avoid when reselling online. I've been reselling on eBay for over 8 years and Poshmark about 1.5 years. I think I'll be able to speak best about eBay and Poshmark because those are the platforms I have experience on, but really these mistakes could apply to any platform. Watching my channel, you know that I really try and keep things positive on the channel. So talking about mistakes in this case is for education. It's not something judgmental or negative. I'm gonna share mistakes that I've personally made and ways that I need to hold myself accountable. So I'll share from my own experience, and hopefully this is a way for you to learn about how to improve as a reseller and ultimately make more sales and more money in your business. If you like reseller related content like this video, education on reselling, also some fun thrift hauls and thrift with me vlog type videos and unboxings, make sure to hit subscribe so you know when other videos are coming out and you don't miss any. I would love to have you in our community on this channel. So mistake number 1 that I personally have made and have had to correct, and I hope you can learn from my mistake and not do this. Mistake number 1 is bad photos. I personally believe that photos are the most important thing when selling on sites like eBay and Poshmark. The customer is buying something online. They're not in a store, so they don't get to really see the item or touch the item. All they have to go on before making their purchase is your photos. So photos should be bright and clear, and they should be free from distraction. And I'm gonna show you an example of some pictures that I think are just not quality pictures. And I think you're going to have more sales and you can command more for your item if you have quality pictures. These photos are blurry, they have a distracting background, and they're not bright. And I think a lot of beginning sellers think they have to invest in all this expensive equipment to take good photos. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Some of the best photos that I've seen are just taken in natural sunlight. So you want your photo to be bright and clear, and you can achieve that by placing your item on a mannequin or just on a hanger, or if you like to do flat lays, with the light coming directly at your item. So you don't need an expensive lighting kit. If you're just starting out, you might want to invest in one of those later. I have a link in my description below to the lighting kit that I personally use and that I like, and I believe it's around $80. But if you're not ready to invest in a lighting kit, just take your pictures in natural daylight and sunlight and make sure they're clear. Include as many photos as you can and try to avoid distracting backgrounds. So a plain white background or some photo paper is, in my opinion, the best way to go. Mistake number 2 is not understanding shipping costs. This really applies to eBay. On Poshmark, it's pretty easy because you have a flat rate shipping on all items. However, on Poshmark, be sure that what you're gonna ship out, especially if it's a bundle, is not more than 5 pounds. So what I think, if you're going to do any reselling, the most important first item to purchase is a scale. I have a scale that's $20 listed below. So I have seen on eBay people both undercharging or overcharging on shipping. I have seen people sending out a simple tank top and you go to shipping and it says $10.50 for shipping. Most people are not gonna buy that if they feel like the shipping cost is way too high. Another common mistake though is underestimating shipping. For example, on eBay, if it is more than 16 ounces, it needs to go priority, and that is much more expensive than first class. So you need to be able to weigh your item and understand shipping on the platform in which you're selling. And you guys, there are so many great YouTube videos on how to ship on eBay, how to ship on Poshmark, how to ship on Amazon. Know your shipping. There's plenty of education out there on Google, on YouTube. Watch some videos, learn the best way to ship so that you don't lose money and you get more sales. Mistake number 3 that I have made and I really have to work on, and I see other people make, is missing flaws. This is a hard one for me. I need to work on this myself. I personally need to work on quality control. So what that means is when I'm outsourcing at the thrift store, that I do not rush and I take the extra time to really look over an item for flaws. You are looking for missing buttons, for stains, for holes, for missing size tags. So good quality control is really important for your business, because if you bring home items with too many flaws, you're not going to get your return on investment. I am guilty of this myself. I need to not get so excited just because I see a great piece with an awesome name brand that I know is going to sell, and I throw it in my cart, but then I get home and it's got a big hole that I missed. The other thing is, if you realize your item has a flaw, definitely disclose it. Do not try and get away with pretending you don't see that stain and shipping it out anyway, because returns are expensive. If it's best to take pictures of the flaw, you can still sell flawed items as long as you disclose it. And I recommend disclosing it in a photo where you're actually pointing to the flaw so they cannot miss it, and also in your description as well. Return cases are expensive and they also hurt your account. So I know it's hard to come home, it's disappointing to come home with an item and realize it has a flaw, but definitely own it. Do not underplay it or downplay it. Definitely disclose the flaw, or redonate the item and take it as a loss. Take the extra time, don't rush when you're in the store, to try not to bring home as many flawed items. Okay, mistake number 4 is sourcing more than selling and listing. I think this is a hard one. I think most of us in the reselling business might agree that sourcing is our favorite part of the job. We love going to thrift stores or getting mystery boxes and getting a lot of inventory. It's really exciting. We love the thrill of the treasure hunt. However, I think it's important as a reseller, if you're doing this as a business or even as a hobby, to make sure that you are not buying more than you're actually listing and selling. A lot of resellers hold themselves accountable by saying, I'm not going to go out thrifting again until I've listed 20 items, or I'm not going to go out thrifting again until I've listed all the items that I have ready to be listed. You have to be disciplined in this way. I've seen a lot of sellers really struggle with what we call death piles, which is piles of inventory that hasn't been listed, because they really enjoy the thrifting part or the sourcing part more than they enjoy sitting at the computer building listings. I totally get it. I've been guilty of this myself, but it's really important to find a way to hold yourself accountable so that you're not doing a ton of shopping and not as much listing. If you're kind of hoarding a lot of inventory, that is bad business. It's expensive. You have piles of clothing or whatever it is you sell. You have piles of inventory sitting there. I've heard people call that your money pile. So find a way to be disciplined and hold yourself accountable to be sure you are not sourcing more than you are listing and selling.
Oh, Jerry, you must subscribe to Grateful Queen. It's so amazing. I'm going to go subscribe and turn on notifications. Okay, they're on. Did you do a thumbs up? Yes, I did a thumbs up. Wait, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notifications and like.
And mistake number 5 that I personally believe is the most important one is the mistake is inconsistency. After selling for 8 years on eBay, for example, and it's true for Poshmark too, I've already noticed it in the year and a half, is the more consistent you are on the platform, the more you feed the platform, the more sales you're going to have. So I personally try and make a point to list every day on eBay and Poshmark, even if it's just a few items a day. The platforms like it when you're very active on there. So with Poshmark, you need to be sharing every day at least once. Some people think 2 or 3 times a day. You also need to be listing new items. Nobody knows exactly how these algorithms work for Poshmark and eBay and things, but most resellers, experienced resellers, agree that all the platforms want you to be very active on the platform and that it helps increase sales. One way that I help myself stay consistent is on a day where I have a few hour block to work on my business, I will just sit and create listings. I don't release them all on the same day. So I might make 50 listings and release 10 a day. This is a challenge to do. Do your best with it, but make sure to be consistent on the platform. More recently, as my business is growing, I've realized that it's become important to hire a virtual assistant who shares my closet for me and also helps me build listings on eBay so that I can be consistent, because now that I'm doing things like YouTube and other things, I need extra help. Let me know what you think. I just chose my top 5. I know there are other mistakes and there are other things that I've learned, but if you have anything that would be helpful, please leave it in the comments so other people can learn. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit it. Punch it.